Thank you for standing. Join me in the pledge to the Bible. I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word. I will make it a lamp unto my feet, a light unto my path. And I will hide its words in my heart that I might not sin against God. Thank you. And the pledge to the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, boys and girls. Well, Mr. Lockyer is not here this morning, so I'm going to have the privilege of going through morning time with you. We're going to continue to review. Yesterday we reviewed our school rules, and we're going to jump back in and just keep on that review as we settle into the second semester. So with that, we will do some of we did school rules yesterday, and today we're going to do some sound offs. So, lines. Leave it. When you blow it. Did you find something? Hustle. Be a truth teller. If you fall down. No. Or ma'am, right? Never. Very good. We're also taking time to review some of our catechisms, so I'll help y'all walk through these. These are the 4 that we would have done just before we went on to break. So you've been practicing those, I'm sure, but if the words don't flow just easily, I'll help you through those. What is meant by the atonement? Christ satisfied God's justice by his suffering and death as a substitute for sinners. Let's say it together. I'll ask the question. We'll say it chunk by chunk together. What is meant by the atonement? Christ satisfied God's justice by his suffering and death as a substitute for sinners. So that's you and me. He was on the cross to substitute himself for you and I. We are the sinners. He was the perfect and sinless gift. Okay, the second one. What does God the Father guarantee in the covenant of grace? Listen to me say the answer first, and then we'll do it together. The question was, what does God the Father guarantee in the covenant of grace? The answer, to justify and sanctify all those for whom Christ died. So the first part, repeat after me. To justify and sanctify. And sanctify. I'll do the second part. All those for whom Christ died. All those for whom Christ died. Very nice. 2 more. How does God justify you? Here's the answer. God forgives all my sins and accepts me as righteous through Christ. I'll ask the question, and then you'll repeat after me the answer. How does God justify you? First part, God forgives all my sins and accepts me as righteous through Christ. It accepts me as righteous through Christ. All right, and last one for our review today, how does God sanctify you? So we said just a moment ago that God justifies and sanctifies us. So our second question here, how does God sanctify you? Let me read the whole answer. God makes me more and more holy in heart and conduct. Repeat after me. God makes me more and more holy. God makes me more and more holy in heart and in conduct. In heart and in conduct. So when we think about that, boys and girls, we say in heart. So our heart is where we desire to do good, to do the things that God asks us to do. So he makes us more and more holy in our heart, but also in our conduct. That word conduct means that it's in the things that we do and say. So when we think about our school rules and the way that we interact with one another, that is our conduct, the things that other people can see us doing and hear us saying. So what this is telling us is that as God is sanctifying us, and that's not a one-time situation, that's on and on and on through our lives as we trust in Jesus and learn to walk with him, he continues to sanctify us, both in our heart, but also in our conduct, in the things that we do and say. Miss Domajo is going to join us, and we're going to be singing Joy to the World this week as we remember the birth of Jesus Christ and what that brought into the world for each of us. Great song for us to sing this week and the rest of this month as we go through and think about Christmas is already past for last year, but the truth and the wonderful miracle of Jesus' birth should live in our hearts all year long. So that song, as we sing it this week, just let that remind you that Christ's birth is ongoing. He came to earth. Yes, in a few months we will celebrate his death and burial and resurrection, but in our hearts, boys and girls, we should constantly be reminded of the miracle of Jesus' birth. So as we end today, let's make school a better place today by being a truth teller, even when it hurts. If you fall down, no, and never panic. The Lord be with you.